Hey guys, welcome to LaughNapkin. On today's episode of Entitled Parents, we have a crazy Karen that thinks OP's wife is a barbarian gang member because she can't speak. And after that, we have an entitled mom that wants OP's ADD medication because it's candy. And for the last story, we have an entitled mom that thinks your $1,000 race boat is a toy and her kid can play with it. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe for dailies. Now let's get into it. Entitled mother tells my husband not to order for me, or for me to use sign language. So here's a little history of me so this makes more sense. I'm nonverbal due to an injury and communicate exclusively via writing and sign language, unless I want to feel like I'm pouring half-molten nails down my throat. Let's meet the cast. My husband, entitled mother, poor kid. I love eating at restaurants, Denny's, Applebee's, little family-owned Mexican and Chinese places, etc. With that means I gotta get my own food, which my husband typically orders for me to avoid me playing a game of charades with the waiter waitress. We were eating out and apparently this was wrong. So we were getting our food and this little kid near us, maybe 8 or 9 years old, was watching us since the restaurant was fairly empty. Right after the server leaves, the kid can audibly be heard speaking with his mother, a woman probably in her mid to late 40s. Poor kid. Mommy, what about her? Entitled mom wasn't paying attention, I'd assume. What was that, poor kid? He ordered for both of them. He what? The girl didn't talk to him. That's not right. Let's go see if there's a reason, poor kid. At this point, she takes a few steps over towards us, poor kid in tow. Hi, you two. Husband. Hello. Who is this? She motions towards me. Your girlfriend? Close enough. Do you need something? Do you do that often? Do what often? Order for her. All the time. Could you please stop that? I'd rather not. I'm asking nicely. Poor kid. Can she not talk? Husband. Basic, entitled mom cuts him off. Just don't do it again. I don't want my kid to grow up to be some barbarian. Husband. No. Feel free to leave us alone. She leaves with a huff, and that seems to be it for the night, at first. As we got our food, we started talking, signing. Both clearly a little confused about what this strange woman's issue was. Now, when I'm saying crazy in sign language, I use the ever-known finger pointing to head crazy, which I happened to start using right as she reapproached us. Entitled mom. What are you two doing? Please go away, ma'am. I'm not going to let you teach my kid gang signs, so stop it. We're not teaching anything. It's, I don't care what it is. Stop it. Just talk like normal people. She physically put air quotes on the word talk. Classy. She soon walked away and we continued our conversation with her angrily staring at us and trying to shield her kid from the terrific gang signs up until they left. On behalf of all people who don't talk, I'd like to apologize for encouraging gang culture. Entitled mom and entitled kid want my Adderall because I'm lying and it's candy. I saw the post about the dude and his allergy pills and it reminded me of this thing that happened in July 2018. Okay, so I live in New York City, and as anyone who's ever ridden the subway there, you know that you mind your own business, no matter what other people are doing. So I was taking summer classes at my school to graduate faster, and my first class was at 10 a.m., and I was usually out of my house by 9:30, leaving me plenty of time to get there, but not much time to do things around the house before leaving. I have trouble getting up in the morning. One more important thing. I take 25 milligrams of Adderall a day for my ADD, an orange pill, 15 milligram pill in the morning before I leave, and a second 10 milligram blue pill whenever I want during the day as a pick-me-up. Okay, so that particular morning, I was running very late, and I had gotten out of bed at 9:10, so I was running around trying to find my phone, charger, deodorant, clean clothes, etc. And in my morning whirlwind, I forgot to take my Adderall with me. I had walked all the way to the train station before realizing I had forgotten, ran back home, ran back to the station, and hopped on the train. If you don't know, Adderall can take anywhere from 15 to 40 minutes to kick in depending on your body's chemistry, stomach acidity, tolerance, etc. And I had class in roughly 15 minutes. But this is where our story begins. My commute by train is easy, just 4 stops, but occasionally we'll stop in the tunnels because of the train dispatcher. I got on the train at my stop and found a seat and sat down with my earbuds in. Across from me was a mom and a daughter, maybe 30 to 35 years old and 8 to 11 years old respectively. I didn't think much of them and went to fish around my pocket for my first Adderall. A few moments of patting myself down looking for it brought the gaze of entitled mom and entitled kid down upon me. I located the Adderall in my chest pocket of my shirt, little and orange, just like I remember it and just like candy. I put it in my mouth and swallow it with no water as I really don't mind it. Then I saw entitled kid whisper to entitled mom about something, but again, I ignored it. We get to stop number 2 and we start to move again when the train stops and they say, "We are being helped momentarily by the train dispatcher." Just my luck. The time was 9:50. I check my schedule and see that I have a double math first thing when I get there, so decided to take the second Adderall. The instant my hand goes into my chest pocket, both entitled mom and entitled kid perked up and looked at me. I wasn't looking at them though, just making sure that my Adderall didn't have any crap on it from my pocket. I hear an "Excuse me." I looked up and saw entitled mom staring into my soul. Me, "Yes?" I take my headphones out. "I couldn't help but notice that's your second piece of candy." I stare at her silently. I didn't realize they thought my Adderall was candy. "Because you've already had one, I want you to give that to entitled kid." I finally realize. "Oh, this isn't candy, it's a pill. I can't share, I get cut off." "How come it looks different than the first one if it's a pill?" 2 different dosages? "You just don't want to share. You don't even need it. You must be a grown man." I was 17 and looked younger. Me, "These are my prescription meds. I couldn't share it if I wanted to, and I don't, because I don't want to go to jail." "Oh, well, if they're really prescription, what medical condition is it for? This is Adderall, mixed amphetamine salts used to treat my ADD. It's an actual crime to share these." "Come on, she deserves it. She's been doing good in school and she deserves some candy." "Then buy her some candy. It's $1 for a pack of M&Ms. Again, this is Adderall, aka amphetamine." Entitled mom, "Wait, amphetamine? Like meth? Holy Mother of Mary, a drug dealer! Help! Help!" Me, "What?" Everyone in the train looked at us. To me, just sitting there calmly with my blue pill in my hand, and a mother clearly having a crisis over being faced with prescription medication. The conductor came out after a few of entitled mom's cries for helps. Conductor, "Hey, what's happening in here?" "That junkie offered meth to me and my daughter." "No, I didn't." "Kid, drugs are no joke. What happened?" He was talking towards me. Me, I was taking my prescription and... "Lies, he does meth." Me and the conductor in unison, "Shut up." Me, I was taking my prescription Adderall and she saw this. I hold up the blue pill and thought it was candy and demanded I should give it to her kid. I told her it's Adderall and a crime to share, and here we are. "Did anyone else see what happened?" Random dude, "The kid was just sitting there. He took one pill, then took the blue pill out, and all this happened." "The kid's a threat." "Ma'am, please stop making threats. If you harass him anymore, I'm sure he could call the cops on you for it." "If it's his medication, then why didn't he take it yet?" "I don't know. Maybe the person yelling at him because of it has something to do with it." He turns to me. "Kid, you good from here?" "Yep, sorry for the noise." "Don't blame yourself. We all know whose fault it is." The conductor went back to the conductor booth in the front. Now it's just me and entitled mom, entitled kid with all eyes on us. I put my earbuds back in and say, "You know, the binders in this pill make it pretty sugary." I put the Adderall on my tongue in full view of entitled mom, letting it sit for a few moments and then washing it down with a gulp of water. They were just staring at me for the remainder of the ride. I got up and changed cars at the next stop, but they kept looking through the windows at me from that car into mine. I got to my stop and waved goodbye to that conductor as I walked past his train car. I got in at 10:07, but my cool math teacher marked me in as on time. There was a special kind of crazy in that lady's eye. I'm sure if she wasn't bringing her kids somewhere, she would have stalked me for the rest of the day. Weird as hell. Never seen her again. Entitled mom wants me to let her kid play with a $1,000 toy, or else. Hey y'all, it's me. Again. The fact that I ran into yet another person stupid enough to warrant my typing this makes me want to punch things. But I figure some internet strangers can maybe get entertainment out of my stressful moment. So here we are. Sorry if I sound a little cold and bitter. I've been going through some pretty bad stuff lately, and entitled parent BS makes me cranky. So some important context. I lived until recently in a small Connecticut town that had a cove with a connector that dumped into the river. The cove itself is quite large, about small lake-sized, with a large gravel parking area usually used for boat launches. Although, local cops like to park there, do paperwork, eat food, watch the water, and be thankful their small town isn't eventful enough to end up on something like live PD. Because of the large body of still water, I like to come here to run remote control boats. The boat I was running this time was my Spartan. It's 3 feet long, water-cooled electric, and fast. I think total, boat itself, and all the upgraded parts I put on it comes to about $1,000 or so. Most of the time, if someone asks if they can drive it, they're pretty understanding when I say no, but entitled parents aren't most people. By this point where we start the story, I was standing out on the floating dock, setting up a radar gun I borrowed from a friend of mine who drives a race car on its little tripod, and was putting the batteries in the boat to get it ready to go. I noticed a local cop had pulled into the parking area off to the side, and was in the process of unwrapping a grinder from the local shop up the street. Sandwich time had come, and from the look he was giving that grinder, it had been sorely missed. I also noticed a woman and her young son walking along the water's edge, and they noticed me setting up, which isn't hard since my boat is bright red. I noticed her trying to walk casual in the general area as I connected the power and put it in the water, poking the button on the radar gun for max hold while I did a slow figure 8 to make sure everything was functioning. As I lined up to make a pass in front of the radar gun, they approached me. Entitled mom, "Hey, that's a pretty cool toy boat." Uh-huh. Not fully paying her attention. I lined up my shot and floored the throttle, screaming past the radar gun, 76 miles an hour. Entitled mom, "Wow, and so fast too." Uh-huh. Still not paying attention, lining up another shot. I floor it past again, keeping it more stable, 82 miles an hour. Entitled mom, "Are you listening to me?" Sorry, I have to concentrate for speed runs to keep it steady. This hull style is fast, but not as stable as you'd think. I pulled it in next to the dock so I could talk to this woman. Entitled mom, going straight for the throat, apparently. "Think my son could try it out?" Sorry, no. This is pretty expensive and very fast. I point to the radar gun, still showing 82 miles on the display. "So? My son won't break it. He's a good boy." Lady, your son looks like he's maybe 8. I have a lot of money into this boat. Sorry, but no. "You're just selfish. You let my son drive that toy boat. I'm his mother and I say it's okay." Yep, that's right. She gave permission for someone else to use my stuff. I look over and lock eyes with the cop sitting in the car, sandwich crammed halfway into his mouth. I can see in his eyes that he can see what's going on, but really doesn't want to interrupt sandwich time unless he has to. Entitled mom takes advantage of my distraction and tries to grab the transmitter from me. And since she's got me cornered on the edge of a floating dock, I wasn't able to move away, so I ended up elbowing her in the process of shutting off the transmitter so the boat wouldn't run away, and then wrestling it away from her. The cop takes notice, sighs, puts down his sandwich, and gets out to approach us. As he walks up, Entitled Mom is screaming at me about assault and lawsuits and other things I couldn't make out. She was hitting the pitch that caused physical pain. Cop: okay, whoa, calm down, ma'am. What's going on here? This man assaulted me because I asked if my son could play with his toy. The cop sighs, pinches the bridge of his nose, and his face takes the expression of, gosh dang it. Okay, really? You're going to try that? Really? You know I was watching you, right? The whole time. And I know you know that's not what really happened. But he... Stop. I don't want to hear it. Look, I'm on my lunch break, and I really don't want to have to deal with this right now. So let me tell you what's going to happen. But Don't interrupt me, please. Here's what's going to happen. You and your son are going to walk away now and let me get back to my lunch, and this man get back to whatever he's doing. You're going to do it now, or I'll give you a free ride in my car, and I guarantee you won't like how it ends. Are we clear? That's a yes or no question. Are we clear? Entitled Mom is visibly deflated. Yes, sir. Good. You're free to go now. Entitled Mom sulks away slowly, constantly looking back at me, and the cop gives me sort of a half-hearted apology and goes back to his cruiser to resume sandwich time. I managed to hit 91 miles per hour on a fluke run before my battery started running low and I had to pack up. So, that's it. My Sunday entitled mother encounter that ruined what could have been some good stress relief. Hope you guys enjoy, and as weird as it may seem for me to say, I actually genuinely hope I don't end up back here with another story, as each entitled parent encounter I have makes me rethink the whole going outside and doing human things bit just for a minute. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Big shout out to everyone that is subscribed to this channel, as you're the ones making these daily videos possible. See you guys in the next video.